Everfore is a drain-attributed rank S yokai of the Eerie tribe. She is the evolved form of Grumples after fusing him with ageless powder. As the yokai medallion states, she sustains her own youth and beauty by absorbing it from others. Everfore is always out looking to meet beautiful women. Quite the scary description already. Everfore is a yokai with pale, fair skin, large black eyes, along with red makeup to match the diamond on her forehead. She wears traditional geisha clothing and holds a staff that looks similar to the one Grumples carry. But instead of a surprised face, it has a smiling one. In the game, Grumples takes a life phase powder and turns into Everfore. Everfore's name itself may take inspiration from the phrase forevermore, which refers to eternal youth. But it all seems kind of random, an old grumpy woman putting on powder to become a geisha. And not just any geisha, it is a geisha of the highest rank, as suggested by Everfore's Japanese name, Oiran. Except it's not random, or most likely not. Geisha, if you haven't heard about them, are traditional Japanese female entertainers who act as hostesses with various artistic skills such as classical music, dance, games, and conversation. Oiran themselves were considered to be a distinguished group, and many of them were entertainers and celebrities of their time. Their art and fashion often sets trends that many follow. There are many types of geisha, but one thing that stays consistent is that they all wear a ton of makeup. And by a ton, I mean their whole face can be white sometimes. And that brings us to the yokai Nuppeppo. Nuppeppo is a genderless yokai that has a flabby appearance and a nasty body odor. It appears as a blob of flesh with a hint of a face within the folds of fat. It's mostly a blob but with very elementary limbs under its fold of skin. The name itself, Nuppeppo, is a corruption of the derogatory term nupperi, which is a term used to describe a woman who applies on too much makeup. Starting to see the connection yet? The Nuppeppo, if encountered, is unlikely to cause a human any harm, but its foul odor may cause shock and alarm. Nuppeppo would aimlessly wander deserted streets of villages, towns, and cities often at night towards year end, and also graveyards or abandoned temples. But the most interesting part of his story is that those who eat the flesh of Nuppeppo would be granted eternal youth. Even though there are many stories about it having a repulsive smell that would rival the smell of rotting flesh, if you can get over that and consume it, you may just be granted eternal youth. So, this ageless powder that we use to obtain Everfore, could it possibly just be the powder form of Nuppeppo? We would probably never find out, but it's nice to ponder about the possibilities. Nuppeppo may not exactly be the yokai that Everfore's design is based off of, but there are definitely intersecting elements between their stories. Next time you meet something that smells really bad, stop and really consider eating it, because it just may bring you eternal life. So, what do you think of Everfore and Nuppeppo? Have you ever met something really smelly that caused you shock? Let us know in the comments below. And if there are any other yokai or characters from other series you would like to see on Tokyosaurus, let us know in the comments below as well. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can get our latest videos right away. Click over there for more videos. Include having a maniacal appearance, wild-looking hair, and an oversized mouth. She is sometimes depicted with a kitchen knife or sitting with a spool of thread. She often hides her demonic appearance in order to create a false sense of security among her visitors. And once those visitors fall into her trap, she cooks them and eats them.